Welcome back, the animal lover. Today, we've got a jaw-dropping story that's guaranteed to leave you in awe. It's all about resilience, survival, and an unbreakable bond between two unlikely companions. When Sarah's beloved tabby, Mr. Whiskers, vanished without a trace, it shattered her world. She never gave up on him, though. She searched high and low, putting up flyers, posting on social media, and even combing the neighborhood, hoping that one day he'd return. And then, 4 long months later, Mr. Whiskers returned. But here's the twist. He didn't come home alone. Trailing behind him was an unexpected guest, one that would change everything: a ferret. This story is more than just a tale of a lost cat returning home. It's a story of an extraordinary friendship that defies the odds and proves that sometimes the best friendships come from the most unlikely places. Stay tuned to hear this heartwarming and unforgettable journey. The day he disappeared. A routine turned nightmare. It was an ordinary summer evening when Sarah's life took an unexpected turn. She'd left a window slightly open to let the cool evening breeze in, then headed out to grab groceries. But when she returned, there was an eerie silence in the house. "Mr. Whiskers was always there to greet me," Sarah said, her voice filled with emotion. But that night, there was nothing. The window screen had been pushed out. Mr. Whiskers was gone. Panic set in. Sarah rushed through the neighborhood calling his name. She stayed up all night, and the next day, she plastered flyers everywhere, posting on social media and asking neighbors to keep an eye out. Days turned into weeks, and Sarah's hope began to fade. "It felt like a piece of my heart was missing," she shared. "I couldn't stop wondering where he was or if he was even safe." The unexpected return. A reunion. Like no other. 4 months to the day that Mr. Whiskers vanished, Sarah was suddenly jolted awake by a faint scratching sound on the patio door. Her heart raced as she rushed to see what it was. There, in the early morning light, sat Mr. Whiskers, looking as calm as ever. "I couldn't believe it! It was him!" Sarah gasped. But the shock didn't end there. Behind Mr. Whiskers, a small, unexpected figure appeared, a ferret. Sarah stared in disbelief as the two animals, Mr. Whiskers and this mysterious little ferret, strolled into the backyard together like old friends. "I never imagined he'd bring home a companion," Sarah said. "It was like they'd been through so much together." The ferret, an unlikely companion. At first, Sarah was cautious. The ferret, with its sleek coat and bright, curious eyes, looked at her warily but seemed unafraid. Sarah gently approached them, offering food and water. Surprisingly, the ferret wasted no time, munching on the kibble meant for Mr. Whiskers as though he'd been with the family for years. Not sure what to do, Sarah brought the pair inside and named the ferret Bandit, though she never intended for the name to stick. But it seemed to suit him. Bandit wasn't just an intruder. He was already fitting in with the family dynamic, just like Mr. Whiskers had before him. A trip to the vet confirmed that both Mr. Whiskers and Bandit were healthy, but Bandit's collar was worn and without any identifying tags. Sarah did everything she could to find Bandit's owner, but no one came forward. Unraveling the mystery. How did this happen? The big question still hung in the air. How did Mr. Whiskers and Bandit meet? Experts suggested a few possible explanations. Cats, after all, are natural roamers, so it's likely that Mr. Whiskers wandered far from home and found himself in a strange situation. Perhaps he met Bandit along the way, and the two formed a bond out of necessity, finding safety in each other while facing the dangers of the unknown world outside. Sarah noticed the deep connection between the two. Mr. Whiskers, once the independent, adventurous feline, had become protective of his new friend. He'd nudge Bandit toward food, and when they slept, Mr. Whiskers would curl his tail around the ferret, keeping him safe. "It's like he's become Bandit's guardian," Sarah observed. "I think they saved each other." life as a family, an unbreakable bond. As the weeks passed, Sarah realized that separating Mr. Whiskers and Bandit was not an option. The two had become inseparable. Wherever one went, the other followed. Whether it was lounging in the living room or running around the backyard, Bandit was always close by, shadowing Mr. Whiskers every step of the way. "It's like Mr. Whiskers adopted Bandit, not the other way around," Sarah joked, laughing as the two animals played together. In time, Sarah decided to make Bandit a permanent member of the family. It was clear that they belonged together. The pair quickly became local celebrities, with Sarah sharing their adorable moments on social media. Videos of Bandit chasing Mr. Whiskers, or the two curled up together in an unlikely display of affection, went viral, capturing the hearts of animal lovers around the world. A local sensation, love knows no bounds. As word of Mr. Whiskers and Bandit's incredible journey spread, the local community rallied around them. Neighbors who had helped search for Mr. Whiskers were overjoyed to see him back, and equally fascinated by his new ferret companion. Sarah was invited to share their story at local events, where animal lovers were enchanted by the bond between the cat and the ferret. Donations of toys, custom-made beds, and other gifts flooded in for the duo, further cementing their place as local legends, a tale of love, survival, and friendship. What started as a heartbreak for Sarah, losing her beloved cat, turned into one of the most remarkable and heartwarming stories of love and survival. Mr. Whiskers didn't just return, he brought with him a new companion who became family. Together, Mr. Whiskers and Bandit proved that sometimes the most unexpected friendships come from the most challenging circumstances. As Sarah put it, "I lost one family member for a while, but I gained two in the end." This incredible story reminds us all that love and companionship know no boundaries, not even between species. What an amazing tale, right? Mr. Whiskers and Bandit truly show us the power of friendship and the surprising ways animals can bond. If this heartwarming story touched your heart, give it a big thumbs up and share it with your fellow animal lovers. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more unbelievable